welcome to another episode of Daily Dose of Satanism. Today, on episode 14, we're going to be speaking about luck and superstitions. Now, everybody's heard of, different little traditions about luck and little superstitions that people have. As Satanists, where do we stand on this exactly, being that we don't believe in things that are supernatural? But how about things like luck and little superstitious rituals? So sometimes we think of luck as stuff that happens to us, like a magical force that either blesses us or curses us. But what if we look at it a little bit differently? Luck is primarily, it's just a mindset. A lucky break is often just an opportunity meeting a prepared mind. When we believe we can succeed, we're more likely to notice and act on the chances that come our way. The small actions matter. The old superstition about finding a penny for good luck, it's not the coin that has the power. It's the simple act of bending down and engaging with the world that can shift your focus and make you feel more active in your own life. There's a power in rituals, even down to the little daily rituals you have, whether it's just having a cup of coffee a certain way or a little dance before a big game or a meeting. These aren't about magic, they're about psychology. Now, we know we use rituals for tools, and we speak about that in the Satanic Bible. Greater rituals is a greater magic, but what about the little rituals of our lives? They're little personal rituals that can be powerful tools for focusing your mind, building confidence, and helping you get in the right headspace to perform your best. Now, this is a form of empowerment, not surrender. Instead of seeing the ritual as a plea for good fortune, let's view it as a way to tap into our own inner strength. We're not asking for permission to succeed. We're giving ourselves the permission to shine. And finally, for us, just like every other sort of magic, we don't have to believe in it as an external source granting our pleas from the universe. More to the likes, it's just your applied willing yourself to have good luck. And these little rituals that you choose to acknowledge can therefore give you power in focusing that will. Just like the greater magic of a ritual in a ritual chamber on a smaller scale. So while we're talking about luck, I wanted to take a look at just some of the luck and superstitions that people have in different cultures across the globe. There's the horseshoe. Across Europe and North America, the horseshoe is a common symbol of good fortune. It's said that hanging one above a door will protect the home from evil spirits. But here's the catch. Some people hang it with the ends pointing up to catch the luck, while others hang it with the ends down so the luck can spill out onto those who pass underneath. There's the rabbit's foot. One of the most iconic charms is the rabbit's foot. While it seems like a simple object, its origins are quite complex, rooted in hoodoo magic and some ancient beliefs. Today, the belief lives on, but what it represents is the idea that you can hold a piece of good fortune cunning in your hand. There's the Maneki-Neko. Walking into a shop or a restaurant in Japan or many other parts of Asia, and you might see a small cat figurine with a paw raised. This is the Maneki-Neko. I probably am not pronouncing that right. Or the beckoning cat, and it's believed to attract wealth and good customers, and showing how culture and commerce can intertwine with beliefs about luck. There's the cornicello. In Italy, many people carry a charm called the cornicello or little horn. This chili pepper shaped amulet is believed to ward off the evil eye and promote good fortune. It's often worn as a pendant or on a keychain. The Hamza hand, common in the Middle East and North Africa. The Hamza is a hand-shaped amulet with an eye in the center. It's known as the hand of Fatima in Islam and the hand of Miriam in Judaism. It's a powerful symbol to ward off negative energy and bring happiness, health, and good fortune. Knocking on wood. While not an object, the ritual of knocking on wood is a widespread superstition. Its origins are debated, but one theory is that it comes from a belief of ancient cultures that spirits lived in trees, and that by knocking on wood, you could either ask for protection or simply thank them for the good luck you received. Pigs are good luck in Germany. The pig is a symbol of prosperity and good luck. Small marzipan pigs called Glückschwein, lucky pigs, are often given as gifts around New Year's to wish friends and family good fortune in the coming year. Everybody loves a little bacon. The Ganesha, an Indian, the elephant-headed deity Ganesha is one of the most beloved gods, widely revered as the remover of obstacles and the god of new beginnings. It is common to see his image on small statues in homes and businesses. He is believed to bring good fortune, wisdom, and success. Did you know the swastika was an ancient symbol with a long history in many cultures, particularly in Hinduism and Buddhism and Jainism? These traditions are a sacred symbol of good fortune, prosperity, and well-being, often used in religious ceremonies and on doorways to invite good luck. I know today in America, at least, you would definitely find something different. I mean, nobody's going to buy that. That's a good luck symbol in America anymore, but things change. Over time, even culture. The evil eye, found in many parts of the world with a strong presence in Turkey and India. The evil eye is a charm believed to protect against malevolent glares. The belief that a person's jealousy or bad intentions can cause misfortune, and the charm is a counter curse to deflect that negative energy. Seems like people have been doing these little magic rituals throughout all cultures over a period of time. I mean, this one strikes through everything from Judaism to India and Islamic cultures. I mean, everybody seems to have something that they consider to be luck. So it is my opinion that we are the own architects of our subjective realities here when it comes to luck. I don't think it's no right or wrong answer what's lucky or good luck, or lucky or bad luck, good luck, bad luck. It's all subjective. Whatever you believe to be good or bad luck, therefore will be. So if you find that finding a penny on heads and picking it up is good luck, and if it's on tails, it's bad luck. So you turn it over on heads to give good luck to the next person, then in your subjective reality, that works for you. Therefore it is. That's just my belief on luck and my particular take on it. If anybody would like to add or contradict, of course, you always know how to reach me at satanwolf.com on the contact page. Love to hear your thoughts and feedback. And I feel like that's all we have to say about this particular subject today.
It's now time for the Satanic verse of the day. Satanic verse of the day. I am your host, Satan Wolf. Satanic verse of the day.
Daily dose of Satan.
SatanWolf.com.
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 Okay, so now I want to talk about the tarot. This is another one of these objects that can fall into the category of a ritualistic tool, sometimes based in superstition. Some people believe that cards are imbued with some kind of supernatural power. I find that they're most useful as a psychological tool to help us to access our subconscious thoughts, feelings, and instincts. While you shuffle the deck and ask a question, you're not asking a question to the supernatural force. You're using the cards to organize the jumbled mess in your head, and when a card like the Tower falls, you're not being told about a supernatural event. You're being forced to consider what in your life needs to be torn down so that you can rebuild. It's a system of symbols that helps us to reframe problems and discover our own answers. The only thing that I can't explain is how the cards always seem to fall with so much significance. It's a constant observation, almost uncanny, but the cards don't have to be magic for them to be meaningful. The human mind is incredibly adept at finding patterns. This is the phenomenon of synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence where an internal state of mind seems to align with an external event. In this view, the cards are not giving you answers you don't already know. They're simply providing a framework for you to find them within yourself. I've used tarot cards quite a bit myself while I've been injured to generate money for a while there. It was quite a savior for me. And the only thing I couldn't say is it's not magic. Remember, we think things that we can't explain yet with science. That's what this is. But I'm sure there's an explanation. It's just one we don't understand yet. Of course, the psychology behind synchronicity definitely has a major play. But there were things like I would come up with this reading and the way the cards would fall because of what they were. I remember this one time I told this lady, I was like, I think your husband may be cheating on you. And she was like, wow, like that's exactly what I think's going on. I don't know this lady from a hole in the wall. Never met her before. She just walked up to me. And I seen her a few weeks later and got a follow-up from her, and it turns out it was exactly what was going on. Her husband was cheating on her. This is one example of many. There was just so many uncanny events like that, though, while we're doing tarot card reads. Some of them were very simple, not hard to explain at all, but there were just some like that just really blew my mind. Like, I was afraid to give that reading when the cards felt that way. I was like, to say that to somebody you've never met and be like, I think your husband's cheating on you. A little ballsy, but I was surprised when she said she'd already been suspecting that. And a couple weeks later when I found out, a few weeks later when I found out that was really the truth, it was just mind-blowing for me.
SatanWolf.com.
Daily dose of Satan.
SatanWolf.com.
And finally, I want to speak about Anton LaVey a bit. For a while there, he was doing some public engagement. You see him doing some interviews and such. And he stopped. And from my understanding, it was because he just wanted to kind of avoid the media circus. There was a lot of people who were doing interviews just being blatantly disrespectful. And I think he just didn't want to continue to subject himself to these people who weren't even going to get there and take him seriously, just to be mocked. One in particular was Joe Pine. I don't know if you guys saw the interview on the Joe Pine show. But, he brought him on as a guest, and, he would usually just verbally spar with his guests. He was a master of disrespect. And in the interview with LaVey, Pine was particularly antagonistic, cutting him off, laughing at him, making dismissive remarks. He tried to turn a serious discussion into a sideshow, a public spectacle that was designed to entertain at LaVey's expense. Now, the interview itself was a perfect example of what can go wrong when you engage with a platform that is only interested in making a mockery of your beliefs. Afterward, LaVey realized that these kind of public appearances were not only a waste of his time, but they allowed his message to be twisted and presented in bad faith. The Joe Pine interview, in essence, served as a final lesson. LaVey rarely, if ever, did interviews again. He chose to control the narrative by not giving his detractors the ammunition they so desperately craved. It's a powerful lesson in choosing your battles and understanding that sometimes the most strategic move you can make is to simply refuse to play the game. Lesson from the great Anton LaVey.
Well, you want them to win. You want the bad guys to win, right?
Well, I don't say that necessarily the bad guys or the good guys. It's not up to me, because the only people that I would cast a curse or a spell on would be people individually that would sort of get under my skin.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Because after all, hate should be personalized.
SatanWolf.com.
I think the thing to take from this is remember that don't be fooled into thinking that Christians are good people or that they're the good guys. Don't think that they would not hesitate to fuck you up when they see you are a Satanist. In the name of their great Jesus, many of them would be happy to cause you harm, if not physically, definitely in the other avenues of your life. They do not mean any good intentions for you in their conversations, and their prayers are not for your benefit, but more than condemning. Let this be a lesson that Anton showed us, to always be prepared and anticipate the worst out of people, because that's what they're going to show you every time. If you did watch the interview, some of the things this guy was saying, just was things that definitely no Christians should be saying to a person, from what I understand, how that stuff's supposed to work. But then again, how something's said is supposed to work in theory and how it's executed can sometimes be two whole different things. And it's easy to say, well, this isn't what we teach, but then to go do something different. A lot of the gangs, I noticed, they have these rules that they're not supposed to do hard drugs when all of their members will be doing hard drugs sometimes. It's just a pattern I noticed. All right, and for our random, useful, useless fact of the day, Today, I want you to know that the number of possible ways to arrange a standard 52-card deck is so vast that if you shuffle the deck once every second, it would take longer than the age of the universe to get back to the same order. So just know, it will never happen. If somebody was to have a gun to your head and say, look, if you can shuffle this deck and have them back in the original order, you won't die. They can leave you there as long as they wanted to, and you would never be able to do it. Interesting, useful, useless fact of the day. Well, that's all for today. We've covered everything from the four-leaf clover to the beckoning black cat. These objects of traditions that remind us we're all looking for a way to feel in control. Let's remember that our power lies within us, not in a horseshoe or a rabbit's foot. But by focusing our mindset and intentional acts, we can create our own luck. Until next time, may critical thinking forever guide your path. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. So take this night our rightful dues, and trespass not on passive pain. Lead us unto temptation, and deliver us from false piety. For this is thy kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever.
SatanWolf.com.
SatanWolf.com.
Daily dose of Satanism.